Chapter 34. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And Shechem the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her, and he took her, and lay with her, and humbled her. And his soul did cleave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel, and spoke comfortingly unto the damsel. And Shechem spoke unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me the damsel to wife. Now Jacob heard that he had found Dinah, his daughter, and his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they came. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came in from the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought a vile deed in Israel, in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not be done. And Hamor spoke with him, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her unto him to wife, and make you marriages with us. Give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And you shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade you therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father, and unto her brethren, Let me find favor in your eyes, and what you shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as you say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father were with guile, and spoke because he had defiled Dinah their sister, and said unto them, We cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. Only on this condition will we consent unto you, if you will be as we are, that every male of you be circumcised. Then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if you will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone. And the words pleased Hamor, and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was honored above all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and spoke unto the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For, behold, the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this condition will the men consent unto us to dwell with us, to become one people, if every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised. Shall not their cattle and their substance and all their beasts be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were in pain, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city unaware, and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went forth. And the sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their flocks, and their herds, and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field. And all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives, took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, You have troubled me to make me odious unto the inhabitants of the land, even unto the Canaanite and to the Perizzite. I being few in number, they will gather themselves together against me, and smite me. I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, Should one deal with our sister as with a harlot? Let's go back up to verse 1. I believe in the last chapter we had the reuniting of Esau and Jacob, and one of the high points of the scriptures, you might say, when these two brothers are reunited. But we find out they had settled their differences, and Yaakov had journeyed on and to build him a place there, Sukkot, at Sukkot, where he built his little booth for his animals. And he had purchased a place from Hamor, who was the father of Shechem, a place to put his house or to spread his tent. He purchased the land from them, and the price was paid. We're going to pick it up here in verse 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne unto Yaakov, went out to see the daughters of the land. And Dinah, this would be the daughter, or that understanding that come forth from Leah. Leah is the weary. Dinah means justice. And this is the one whom she born unto Yaakov, the supplanter. And she goes out to see the daughters of the land. Daughter is a understanding that goes forth from man, even the pleasantness of it, the feminine sense. 2, and Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her, and he took her and lay with her and humbled her. And Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite. The Hivi are the ones who live in villages. They have a place to live. You might say that's what the Hivi means, those that have a place to live. We have Shechem. Shechem means the shoulder or the back. It's the place where the burden's carried. He is the one that come forth from Hamor. Hamor is the he-ass. It's the same as one who might snort or puff. He has this, the symbolism is the masculine one who carries the load. But he's going to commit, he's the prince of the land, or the ruler of the land. He sees Dinah, this feminine understanding of God, and he takes her, and he lays with her, and he humbles her. And this word humble is anah, and he does it by force. He, what we would call in the modern language, is he rapes her. 3, and his soul did cleave unto Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov, and he loved the damsel, and spoke comfortingly unto the damsel. And his soul did cleave unto Dinah. He loved Dinah, even though he had done this horrible thing, this deed. This soul is that the inner person, this inner man. He clings to this understanding of the supplanter, and he loves this damsel as a young woman, or this one that goes forth from man without a lot of experience. We're going to find out. 4, and Shechem spoke unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. So Shechem, we just refer to him as one who's going to take over the burden here, says unto his father, that's the one to give birth to him, the he-ass, saying, Get me the damsel to wife, but get me this young woman to be the reflection of my understanding. 5. Now Yaakov heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter, and his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Yaakov held his peace until they came. Now Yaakov heard, he had come to his attention, you might say, that what had been done, that he, being Shechem, had defiled his daughter Dinah. Dinah means the justice. And his sons, or those that went forth from him, were in the field. They were out tending his cattle abroad. And the cattle are the herds they watch over. And Yaakov held his peace until they come, until his sons return. 6. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Yaakov to speak with him. So now Hamor, that's the he-ass, or that masculine one who is the one who give birth to the one who's going to carry the burden. We might say this Shechem. That's the place where the burden's placed. He went out to Yaakov, that supplanter, to speak with him. 7. And the sons of Yaakov came in from the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought a vile deed in Israel, in line with Yaakov's daughter, which thing ought not be done. And these sons, that's those that come forth from the supplanter, came in from the field, out from abroad. When they'd heard of it, when they'd heard of this, we'll find out, this vile deed, the men were grieved. They were angry. they were hurt inside because he had done this. He, being Shechem, that's the one who the place of where the burden's going to be placed, you might say, on the one. He'd done a vile deed, and that vile deed was, or the vile deed that was done in Israel, or those that contend with the Mighty One, in the fact that Shechem had took by force Yachov's daughter, or Yachab, and that's the supplanter, his daughter being his understanding, and this thing shouldn't be done. 8. And Hamor spoke with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her unto him to wife. And Hamor, he asks the one to give birth to the one the burden's going to be placed on, you might say. He longs for your daughter. He longs for this understanding that come forth from the supplanter. Now I pray you give her unto him to be a reflection of his understanding. 9, and make you marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And make you marriages, these covenants, with us, and give your understandings unto us, and take our understandings unto you. That's what a daughter is. It's an understanding that come forth from man. 10, and you shall dwell with us. The land shall be before you. Dwell and trade you therein, and get you possessions therein. And you will dwell with us, be part of us, and the land shall be before you, and you would be able to dwell and trade therein, and get you possessions therein. 11, and Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find favor in your eyes, and what you shall say unto me I will give. And Shechem says unto her father, well, Shechem being the one who the burden's going to be placed on, or that place where it's placed, the shoulder on the back, we could look at it just like that. And unto those ones of the similar understanding as him, he said, Let me find favor in your eyes, and what you shall say unto me I will give. So he's going to tell there's no price too great, is what he's going to say. 12, ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as you shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. He says, now ask me ever so much dowry and gift, anything, money, whatever I should give, and I will give according as you say unto me. So any price, whatever you say should be paid for the damsel, that I will pay. That's that young woman, to be a reflection to him. And the sons of Yachab answered Shechem and Hamor his father with guile, and they spoke, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. So now these ones that come forth from Yachab, he's the supplanter. They answer Shechem, that's that one that's where the burden's going to be placed, and he is the son of Hamor. They would speak to both of them with guile, and that's with a little trickery. There's some deceit in their word, and they spoke. And it's because they had defiled Dinah, their sister. That's the justice, the one who has the same understanding as them. We'll find out it's the sons of Yachab that's going to have the word here. 14, and they said unto them, we could not do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. And they say unto him, we couldn't do that, to give our sister, this pleasant one who shares our understanding, to this one who is uncircumcised, to the one who basically has none, for that would be a reproach unto us. 15, only on this condition will we consent unto you, if you will be as we are, that every male of you be circumcised. And they place on him the condition, this condition that they should be circumcised, that every male should be circumcised. The females were never meant to be circumcised. This male here, though, would be, to circumcise him means to cut him short, trim him back, you might say, to reveal the fact that they have some understanding. That it's not done as ignorance. 16, then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. Then, after you're circumcised, we will give our daughters. That's these pleasant understandings that we have unto you, and we will take your daughters to us. We will dwell with you, and we will become one people, and that's to have one understanding. 17. But if you will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be gone. And they tell them, but now, if you won't do this thing, if you won't listen to us and be circumcised, trimmed back, we'll find out, to have that head exposed, then we'll take our daughter, that's our pleasant understanding, and we will be gone. 18, and their words pleased Hamor, and Shechem, Hamor's son. But now Hamor was happy with this, which they spoke. This is that he asked, and Shechem, that is Hamor's son. And Shechem's that place where the burden's going to be placed. He is the son of the Hias, or that one who, masculine, who is going to be to carry that. 19, the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Yaakov's daughter, and he was honored above all the house of his father. So the young man doesn't defer to do it, he does it, in other words. And because he had delight in Yaakov, that's the supplanter. A supplanter is somebody who takes up that which don't belong to him. He had delight, he had favor in that understanding that come forth from him. And he was honored above all the house of his father. Well, everybody thought he was the chief. 20. Hamor, Shechem, his son, came unto the gate of their city, spoke with the men of their city, saying, now Hamor, he's the Hias, or he's kind of like the guy in charge. It's going to be to carry that burden. His son Shechem, anyway, that one that would come forth from him, that's the place where it would be placed. That Shechem is the place of the burden, the back, the shoulder, whatever place to carry it. And he came unto the gate. The gate is a place where they sit, a place of judgment, a place of decisions, and it's of the city. City's a place of a guard. And they would speak with the men of their city, saying, 21, these men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For behold, the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. So they're going to tell the men of the city, that's all the masculines, these men are peaceable with us. They causing no trouble. Let them dwell in the land, let them trade therein, or take part in the business. We'll find out at that time there were great restrictions put on people that wanted to trade, there's always somebody wanting to take something that really they don't have no control over. But it was to control the marketplace, I reckon, at that time. You'll get more stories about that. We get to Jasher. He said, behold, though, the land's large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives. Let us take these pleasantnesses of their understandings to be the reflections of ours, and let us give them our daughters, these pleasantnesses of our understanding. 22, only on this condition will the men consent unto us to dwell with us, to become one people, if every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. Only, see, there's a condition that these men will consent unto us to dwell with us, that they will live among us, is that for us to become one people, every male among us should be circumcised, as they are circumcised. That's to have that understanding exposed, trimmed back. Got to place a little control on yourself, in other words. 23, shall not their cattle and their substance and all their beasts be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. But we'll find out these men of Shechem had a little bit of plan themselves, a little deceit amongst themselves, that they thought they was going to get everything from them, all the cattle, their substance, all their beasts. They thought they would inherit. 24. And unto Hamor, and unto Shechem his son, hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, every male was circumcised, and all that went out of the gate of his city, and unto Hamor, that's that he-ass, and unto Shechem his son, that's the one that come forth from you, that's the place where the burden's going to be placed. Hearkened all that went out of the gate, everyone that went out of that place of his city. That's his city is that place where he controlled. He was the guard over that gate, that place of judgment where they go out. Every male, all the masculines were circumcised. All of them that went out the gate of his city, or that was under his control, or under that control of his judgment. 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were in pain, the two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, came upon the city unaware, and slew all the males. So it comes to pass on the third day. 3, it's going to help complete the understanding, give a little strength to it, you might say. It's when they are in pain. They got a little suffering going on from that little rawness, little irritation possibly from the circumcision there, that these now we're going to witness these two sons, these ones that come forth from Jacob. He's the supplanter, Simeon and Levi. Now Simeon is the one that's heard, and Levi, he's the one that's going to join. They would be the brethren, or those ones that share the understanding of Dinah, that's justice. Took each man his sword, and they came upon the city. That's that place that's got a guard, unaware, and nobody knew they was coming, and they slew all the males. 26, and they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went forth. And they slew Hamor, that's that he-ass, and Shechem, that's his son, that's the one that's going to take over that burden with the edge of the sword, and we'll find out that's going to be the word the next time. And he took Dinah out of Shechem's house. Dinah is the justice. He took that out of Shechem. That's the one who tried to take over that, tried to pick up the burden and carry it. He wouldn't get the job done, and went forth. 27, the sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. And these ones that come forth from the supplanter, they come upon the slain. In other words, they spoiled and slayed the city. That's the place that has a guard, because they defiled their sister. Raped would be a better word for it. That's what they did to the understanding, you might say, of Jacob, which would be that same pleasantness that they would share. 28, they took their flocks and their herds and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and they took their flocks. That's those things they used to lead, their herds, all of them, their asses. That's the things that used to carry their burden. That's really that throne, most likely. And that which was in the city, that's the place that had the guard, and that which was in the field, and that which was abroad outside the city. 29, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives, took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And all their wealth, that's all their earthly wealth, and their little ones, these ones that would come forth from them, their wives, their reflections of their understandings, they took captive and spoiled. And they would, and to be take captive is to bind up. And they, even all that was in the house, everything that was there in all the houses, you might say. 30, and Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, you have troubled me, to make me odious unto the inhabitants of the land, even unto the Canaanite and the Perizzee, and I being few in number, they will gather themselves together against me and smite me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And Jacob, that's the supplanter, he says to Simeon and Levi, that's Simeon's the one that heard, and Levi is the one that joined, the one that heard. You have troubled me, to make me odious, to make me stink or to give me a bad name unto these inhabitants of the land, even unto these Canani and the Perizzi. And the Canani are those that were humble. The Perizzi is those that of the open country, and that's those that was outside that city. He tells them he's few in number. There's not a lot of them. And these others will gather themselves together, and they will come and smite him. And he should be destroyed, him and his house. 31. And they said, should one deal with our sister as with a harlot? And we'll find out their reply was a word that went out in every direction. It not only went out, I believe, to those of Shechem, but those of Jacob as well. And we'll move forward to Genesis chapter 35. Turn and return.